together. That's the part
Right. Yeah. So basically, just kind of back in the old VCR days, you hit pause to let it have a gap. Cool. So I see we have a Premier Tax Solutions logo on the screen. I'm guessing that must mean that Eric is involved in sponsoring the event, or at least some advertisement time. I know that Eric did my taxes last year, did a bang-up job, and we've already been talking about it this year. So if you have not decided where you're going to get your taxes from, he's kind of pool players.
Well, I know that he also he provides a discount for BCA and APA league members. So if you haven't found anybody to do your taxes, or you're looking to shop around, just because you play pool, you get a little extra off if you go with Premier Tax Solutions.
So he's also a notary of the Republic. He did some notary work for me this year, getting some documents signed that I needed to have, or I don't even remember, but he's a notary.
Right.
He's trying to be a full-service pool junkie, tax consultant professional. Oh,
all right. So if I
hear that?
If I heard correctly, we've got Chris Austin versus. Now, I'm pretty sure it's Kevin Wesselman.
Oh, really? Kevin Wesselman?
I'm 80% sure on that.
Well, we can save it and change it if we're wrong. I did hear. Was that right? Yep. Pat Akers just confirmed the match will be Chris Austin and Kevin Wesselman. So Chris is a pretty good player. I believe his Fargo's in the mid 600, 660, 670, somewhere in there.
Yeah, he's one of the better Indiana players. I mean, I almost want to call him local since he's here every weekend. But how far away does he live? About an hour or so?
I think he's maybe an hour and a half. So he's up by Edinburgh, Illinois, I believe.
We'll consider him local. Anytime there's a tournament, he's here.
He's here. Yeah.
And Kevin's a local player who's been improving over the past couple of years, but in an even race of 7, and I mean, he won't take this the wrong way, he's a little bit outmatched here, which isn't his fault. Kudos to him for getting in a tournament. You know, he has bigger stones than I do.
Absolutely.
So
Kevin's what, APA 4, APA 5, somewhere in there?
In 8-ball, he's a good 4.
Good 4. So
I'm not sure what his 9-ball rank is.
It's one of those things where you don't know where you're at until you try, and you can have fun just playing against these guys and being here. Hey, we got the owner of the pub, Bubbles, in the booth. How's it going, Bubbles? Good. They keeping you busy?
Yeah.
Good. I heard that food's great. I'm going to have to try some for supper tonight.
We're open to 7.
Open till 7. Carne asada is open till 7 tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Come on down and get you some great food. Bo's been cooking for Evansville for what, probably 35 years? 40 years.
One thing I'll say with this match, I know that there's times where Chris can get a little careless end game of, the rack. So, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if Kevin gets him a couple games in here.
Oh, so our handicapper is going to set a line here. Is it two and a half?
I would. I'm not betting, but I'm rooting for Kevin to get a couple.
All right.
Because I'm a friend of Kevin's, friend of Chris's also. But it's going to be another case. This is like all right, so last match when we were talking about Tom Lance having it in the back of his head that he's playing Fedor, who's like a world champ, and even though Tom's a pretty good player, this is like a miniature version of that, where like Kevin's going to be playing a guy that he knows is one of the best around.
Absolutely.
So I'm just hoping Chris might hang up a few 9s and Kevin get up there and just poke him in.
I've had the opportunity to do that to Chris. He had me down real bad. I think it was a race to 9, and he had me stuck like 7-2, and I got a little momentum, and final score was 7-9. So he can give up a big lead. He can. So we'll see how this goes. Chris is probably one of the favorites to at least make it to the final rounds.
I will say this
tournament.
I will say this for Kevin. as an APA 4, his positioning at times isn't very well, but as far as just making shots, he's very good. He's towards the top of it now. If a ball's made, I guess it's still good. Whether I'm pretty sure 4 balls hit a rail anyways.
4 balls hit a rail or a ball pocketed.
A ball pocketed out. So if a ball goes in, it doesn't matter how many hit a rail. Like if
I think that's the case. We might have to get a judgment on that, but I believe.
But I think
that
a
is
few
the
balls
case.
did hit the rail though, so I think he's fine.
They went out and came back in, so I think that it would have.
Now with this
break.
this kind of cluster of a rack, are they playing 3 foul in this tournament?
They are not playing 3 foul.
Okay, so
absolutely not playing 3 foul. That's just nerves right there.
yeah, for sure.
That's just nerves.
But I'm just saying, outside of a tournament like this, where he's not playing someone great, like Kevin is a good shot. So no matter how this match turns out, like he's a good player. But that was a good hit. So. But I don't think Chris has ever seen Kevin play. So as far as Chris knows, like Chris could be thinking, Kevin's a good player. I just want to see Chris have to bend over,
play some.
I don't want him to think that okay, my opponent's not very good. I can just get up here and just bang balls. I want him playing as if he's playing Skyler or something.
Jeremy Lynn asks, how are these online streams funded? They are not for profit. They are donated. We donate our time and efforts. The equipment has been accumulated over years of just doing things in the pool community. A lot of the stuff is personally owned. It's something that got started a couple of years ago for love of the game, and it's remained love of the game kind of stuff.
As opposed to he's asking about how they get funded. Any way it can help, they can visit the sponsors. The visit that link at the top of the screen.
Yep.
And even if your taxes have already been done or someone else has done them, if you're not happy with them, refer your friends to.
Sure. Sharing and liking the stream goes a long ways, so more people get a chance to get exposure. Eventually, someday, advertisement can be sold if there's enough viewership and contribution to what we're doing. Most of the pool community is funded by sponsorships, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Your big name Mucci and Predator and Kamui, those guys sponsor players who wear patches and play in big events. And then you've got the leagues help sponsor a lot of the pool stuff. It's a small community. We were talking earlier how accessible the absolute best players in the world are to the amateurs. Here we got, the MVP of the Moscone Cup and probably the best young adult player in the world in the same building in Evansville, Indiana, which has got a population of 200,000, if that.
For sure.
So it's nice to have a hobby where you're that close to the absolute elite. Here in about 2-3 weeks, we'll be hour and a half, 2 hours from the largest tournament really in the world as far as a gathering of players at the Derby City Classic. And you can sit right beside them and talk to them about their match while they're playing.
But also speaking, how you can get close to the pros and this is kind of off of what you were saying there, but one thing that's funny about pool is that, so Evansville, I'm just going to throw a number out. Let's say we have 300 people playing league. I'm going to say 250 of those people don't know who Skyler is or Fedor is. As opposed to where you get football fans, all of them know who
that's true.
Tom Brady is, Andrew Luck, and all these guys, So it's good that these guys have a craft that they're great in, but it just sucks that they don't get the
entourage,
or not necessarily entourage, but they don't get the recognition from people in their own sport, Because if you're the best pool player in the United States, you would think okay, anybody that plays pool is going to know who I am, and that's not the case.
Although sometimes they like it that way.
Oh, yeah.
They can,
But with the age of the internet, it's hard for anybody to be
sneak
undercover
up
nowadays.
Yeah, it really is. Yep. What's up, Randy Reed?
What's up, Steve Boyer?
Jeremy Lynn says we need more people pushing new businesses and
Kevin-
platforms. Oh,
Kevin makes a nice bank on the 1. Doesn't really have much for the 2, and like
so here he's supposed to lay it up here.
Yeah, let's see if he can
Find a
not
defense.
really overthink a safety. If he can just put it up there by the 4-5.
Looks like he's got the little bit of inside on it.
I think he's going for the make. He went for the
Yes,
make.
he was going for the make and maybe got a backdoor safety. Chris doesn't have to like where that ball landed. Let's see if what the other view looks like here.
Yeah,
not
I don't
much
think he can see
better.
enough to make it.
Chris
I
will
think if he-
probably come off the end rail, kick it, try to kill the cue ball and send it up.
Use the 4-5 as blockers.
Yeah, that's what I expect him to do here. Because if he comes off a side rail, there's just not a lot of upside. He didn't hit it very full, so it didn't kill. Gives Kevin a pretty nice look.
Shot at the 2 in the side, but
Where's
I'm
the
not
three?
sure. The
He's gonna have
3
to travel down and back up for the 3.
yeah, 3 in the side or corner, but I'm afraid he's just going to hit this lightly just to make it, and then not really. Oh, no, he does go back up and down. Good shot.
Yep, good shot. 3 rail position on the 3 in the side.
Looks like he's going to probably run into the 7-9 here if he cuts this into side. Good try.
Just missed.
Which one is he?
I'm not a big fan of that angle because it's hard to.
Tell who's shooting.
Yeah, not only that, but you get a lot of brightness kind of in the one side pocket. Jake, what's up? Jake Weiss stopped in and say, "Hey."
I don't
This
really
is-
see any problems for Chris here.
No, this is the kind of racks that Chris needs in order to start catching his gear if he's gonna compete with some of the more elite players in this tournament. He can play in a race of 7 with those guys. In fact, I remember watching him play Skyler in a finals of a charity shootout.
Yeah.
And was probably favored to win at one point in time, but he broke dry 2 or 3 times, and Skyler came back and won. But Chris
Is he coming 3, possibly
just
4
over-
rails?
Oh, yep.
3 rails. Good shot.
3 rails and shooting over a ball.
That shot's a lot easier when you know you have your opponent outclassed.
It is a lot easier, and if he has to shoot that very many times against the Skyler Woodward, it won't
It's not
end
as
up
easy.
good. It won't end up good. You'll eventually miss those if you have to shoot a lot of them. In fact, he come up table a little far there, and now he's going to be a little funny on the 9. This is a high percentage shot for Chris, but those should have been 95ers.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's what Fedor and Skyler will do that the rest of this field will struggle is just a little out of line now and then will eventually catch up with you. But nonetheless, nice out for Chris.
Yeah, he's at 2.
I was going to say, I don't know what the score is, but we need to get caught up here.
2-0 Chris.
We are half slacking.
Hey, I don't have a keyboard in front of me.
Hey. Oh,
All right,
that's the
Kevin.
overhead. Let's get the side.
Yeah,
Let's get
I
the
like that view.
Side view
I like the
for the
overhead.
break.
I like the overhead for some shots to see if certain shots go or whatnot. But I think this is the
best of
Right.
the 3. when Pat said he had 3 cameras, I was like, whoa.
Moving on up.
Moving on up.
See if Kevin can do a little better on the break this time now that he has a few, times to the table under his belt.
Yeah, he actually had a chance to win that game, I think, if he would have just gotten a little bit. Yeah, he bobbled the ball on the side, and the rest of the rack was pretty open. Jeremy Lynn says, that's like how tons of people don't know who C.J. Wiley is. That's exactly correct.
Now, is this the, I can't think of what team he plays for, the Jeremy Lin, the NBA player. Who's he? He moves around so many teams. I'm not even sure who his name is.
Well, he says he's from up in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Jeremy Lin wasn't. Who did he play for when he had the Linsanity thing going on there for the Knicks? Yeah.
And then he's bounced around a bunch since then. I know he's still like a 10, 15 point a night guy, but I couldn't tell you where he plays at.
I haven't followed NBA in so long. I'll watch the championship because the contenders for the championship are pretty much foregone conclusions. And in fact, now that the Warriors are so dominant, I think if you want to do a future bet on them, you got to lay odds, right?
Right. They're tough. Well, we had we've got pretty good break here.
A much better break.
For sure.
Much better break.
A little safe here, but
yeah.
But he's probably going to go for it. I think that's the 4 ball.
Is it the 4 ball down
he's
here?
Going
so
from
he's
the
playing
1
the
to the 3. Yeah.
That's a good try. Does he get a backdoor safety? There's a potential. Not quite. We'll go to the end view here, or front camera. Should be able to see. Yeah. Yeah, there's room to pass for sure. Mike France, did you say that Skyler plays winner of his match?
Yeah.
They just called Mike France and Rod Lively. So, winner of Mike and Rod get the fortune of playing Skyler. Wow. He tried to force follow that. And I don't understand why. Derek. He missed a shot because he tried to force follow it. And he almost, he would have scratched if it would have fell.
Kind of got away with it.
Yeah, definitely got away with it. Kevin's got a good hit here, but I don't know unless he tries to slither behind the 8, but that's a tough shot for anybody.
He's kicking into the 1 to possibly make the 6, but I'm pretty sure the 1 doesn't go by the 8.
Yeah, the 8 looks like it's got it tight, and that's awful steep angle to catch the 1 in order to send it over there.
I mean, if you
more probable would be the 1-8-6 if he clips the rail and the 1 catches the 8.
The problem here, he has to get he got everything out of the way. It was a good hit.
Hey, how about this? How about this?
He knew what he was doing. Tim, I think Zach may have posted the link earlier. I don't know if you guys have.
For the tournament bracket?
Yeah, we'll get it pinned here in a little bit.
I don't know how to get over to that. Maybe I need to go.
Zach Bender posted a link, and if that's not clickable for you guys, we'll at the very latest after this match, we'll get it put up.
There it is. Okay. All right, I've got that comment pinned. It looks like there is a link there. Give me some feedback if you guys can click and find the brackets.
At least on my phone, sometimes I've got to click the See More button
to get the link.
Yeah, you click See More, and then you can get the full link. Because on my phone at least, if you don't hit that See More, if you just click what you can see, it won't completely
That
up.
is a nice hit. Not sure if there's passing room. We'll go to the overhead and check it closer. Hard to tell. Looks like there's a little obstruction. He might be able to get a piece. It's real close. Boy, that one looks like the bright sun on that view right there.
Give you a little migraine. Well, if he can cross this ball, the 6 gives him a big pocket. He's going for the save and scratch. I like his thought there, but it's going to be real hard to
hold
keep it
that.
behind the 7.
So we'll go back to our favorite camera. So you moved to Nashville recently. Are you still in Nashville?
For the moment, there's a lot going on down there, and so it's stuff that I can't really talk about at the moment.
Well,
but
here pretty soon, a lot of these guys are going to be making their way down to the Music City Open. I think it's in a week or two.
Next weekend.
Next weekend. Yep. Yeah. So a lot of these guys are coming here since there's nothing else going on. The Music City Open is a kind of a prep before the Derby City Classic over in Louisville.
Now, the 5's not on the table. Could he run into some issue if the 6 gets bumped over a little? He wants to avoid the 6.
Sure, he doesn't want to touch it, but it looks like it. It
looks like it's on the inside of the pocket.
It looks like it's favored to get moved. It's gonna ricochet out towards the 9 ball. It looks like. That's my prediction.
But then, if he is trying to avoid it and doesn't want it to move, it looks like he's winding up to put a little speed on this. But I think you'd want to slow roll this, wouldn't you? Yeah, just like that.
Yep, and it did kind of go out toward the 9 ball. Not terrible. I probably would hit that even softer if I was playing it. Try to keep the 6 close to the pocket corner.
Going for a 2-way shot here, just straight
safety. Watch you make it and have to shoot. That'd have been rough.
And the 8's blocking the easy one-rail kick.
Yeah, that's actually a really quality safe there. Let's see if nope, that's no good. Well, maybe
Coming off the side rail, because on this angle here it looks like he can maybe get here and spin down, but on this angle it looks like he can't go.
I personally like 1, 2, 3 and up, but that's you're right. He can play a little inside this direction. I should probably transition over there. Look at that. Nice. Held it beautifully. Made it.
Nice shot.
Nice shot. I wished I knew how to do the replay. I would have liked to have been able to give that to him. I forget what button it is. If Pat's able to hear us.
The side pocket's pretty big here. If he can avoid it, he might have some sort of shot on the 8.
Yeah, it's a pretty thin shot. That pocket's huge, isn't it?
Oh, he went for the bank to avoid the scratch. And gets straight in on the 8. Man, this guy can play a little bit.
Yes.
He's been hiding under the radar the last couple of years. Now, you don't want to try to get... I mean, you just made a great shot there. But I almost say just keep it simple and just play a long shot on the 9.
Right.
It looks
Pop
like
it off the rail just a little bit.
Looks like he's putting some high outside on it.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not bad. All he's got to do is not scratch. I mean,
not worry about cue ball. Oh, Kev. Such a great run.
Oh, that was a good run. I mean, from a really, really good defense.
Yeah, he deserved that wreck.
He deserved that wreck for sure.
He might have rushed it that last shot just a little. And Chris goes up 3-0.
That was going to be one of the ones he had to have if he was going to get
on the board.
Get to 2 or 3 or whatever the forecast was. They're conversing the.
Well, of course, Chris is going to let him know, what. But I will say this about Chris. Like, Kevin will get a lot of feedback from his match from Chris, and Chris will not mind letting him know. You know, I'm just saying, a lot of times you'll play in a tournament and you just don't. A lot of people just don't really care. They just might give you a nod, like, yeah, you know, that was you got unlucky. Chris will talk to you about every single rack if
I was
you
going
want
to say
to.
maybe more than you want.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, so if Kevin wants like feedback, like, he's playing the perfect opponent for it.
Yeah, Chris gets a little bit of a bad rap with some of the guys in the pool community because he's weird like the rest of us.
But I mean, I'm sure Kevin's goals weren't to like win this tournament, you know, just to get a little experience. And I'm just saying Chris won't mind giving him some pointers.
Not at all.
Like,
no, not at all. He'll
get more than what he's expecting.
He'll get more than if he would have played Fedor, for instance.
Right, Fedor would just been like, yeah, you got bad luck, and then that's all. And then, or like Chris is like Rain Man. He'll have every shot memorized, and he'll tell him what he should have done here, there, set up shots for him. So Kevin wanting to gain a little experience, he's got a good opponent for it. Now here's the thing. Kevin's for the most part an APA league player where they do not play push out. So I'm not sure Kevin's familiar with the push out rule, even though he has a hard kick. But I can't see him calling push here because I don't think he really
knows that that's even allowed, yeah,
or even what it is. Because obviously, I think you want to push here, right? Just
yeah.
One ball's at the top of the table.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not trying to play a defense here, and you're definitely not trying to run out. I think he's probably getting some of that instruction right now.
Yeah, he's going for a push out. I'm not sure where he's pushing to.
Pushing to well, that's actually not bad.
Yeah, Chris will take it though.
Chris can see the ball. It's really thin. It's going to turn the cue ball loose. Chris will probably play a defense back.
Yeah, I think cue ball's going to be on the 5 after this shot. Or no, he's
coming back up
here.
here.
Okay.
Coming back up here. And didn't really get that difficult. No.
Now Kevin's
the two ball's got a small window, but here if he could pump it, he could maybe play position to play a 2-9 combo.
Yeah, if he can just make this ball and just get on the short side of the 2 somehow on any part of the table.
How about make the 8 ball and
well, good for him.
How about this?
It's good that he didn't
back roll safety here. Backdoor safety. We're still showing the end table. We need to go to the side. We need to show the side view. I'm not sure that's much better. Overhead?
What, for this? Just this shot?
For this shot, yeah.
I mean, I think he has to kick under it. I don't think he could see the top of the 1.
Yeah, I think this is a good view. This shot.
Kicking 2 rails.
Is he trying to cut that? He kind of looks like he's trying to cut that one in the side.
2 rail kick at it. He's missed.
Now that is dangerous. With the 2-9 where it's at.
Yeah.
That is a dangerous shot. I would have, if you thought you were going to maybe not get good, you just move the 2. Let me see.
I'm not sure of Kevin's options here. Yeah, I guess he's going to just go forward and take maybe a carom on the 9 or the combo if he.
You know, I don't mind the carom from that angle, to be honest with you.
I mean, it's going to be tough for him to lay this cue ball on the opposite rail, and that's just going to be the best from where he has placed ball in hand. That's the best he's going to get. So the carom, I think, would be easier, and you might get safe with the carom.
The carom can function as a 2-way for sure,
but he just has to make sure he follows it
up far enough. That's a pretty good angle.
You take away the scratch with the carom, I think. Where if you cut it thin into the 9, you could scratch anywhere. See what he does. Plays the carom.
Look at that.
Oh, don't go to.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, how you like that?
I like.
Too bad they're not playing 3 foul, man. Chris is about to be on 2.
Ooh, that's right.
That is jail right there.
That is rough.
I'm just going to go ahead and say Kevin wasn't playing the 9 there. He was playing the safety. he lined this up and got pretty good.
I don't know. Anytime you can make the 9 move toward the pocket, you have to at least partially be playing it. But
so what do you
Chris
like
is
here?
bad here. I don't see a path to the deuce.
This is jail.
1, 2, 3, 4 there. I don't see anything this way. I don't see. These balls are in the way of anything this way.
He could just shoot into this rail and then maybe catch either part of the side rail. Looks like he's going 3 rails. 1, 2, 3. Side rail, bottom rail.
I thought there was a lot of stuff in the way for that. I mean, it was bad. I personally think 1, 2, 3, 4 ball, but man, you're talking about running out of energy quick on a 4-rail kick the hard way.
Looks like he's overcutting this a little.
Yeah,
no, maybe not. Okay.
Wow.
See, it's
that ball to squirt.
Yeah.
That's gonna
lock him up, Kev. Lock him up again.
get the win by 3 foul.
Here we
there
go.
It is.
Freezing.
He's gonna let him out. Well, if you'd hit that harder, it would have been interesting. Let's see. Front camera. Yeah, he's got plenty of room for this one. Kevin's in the hunt.
Chris is a little fortunate.
If he would have drawn
like
a
high
more
caliber
experienced player, he would have struggled here. Yeah.
Kevin with 2 ball in hands, and then this shot, he still hasn't had anything easy because of this little cluster at the bottom of the table. I mean, if he makes the 8 here, yeah,
that just opened up the waters.
3. Yeah, everything's
got a pocket. He's probably going to play the 4-8. Yeah, he's playing position. Even there,
this is still a little.
Yeah, a little dicey.
Yeah, because if he runs into the 6, the 7 could have him blocked.
He's gonna draw over to the rail and back. He's gonna be hitting that hard. If he misses, there.
That 7's pretty big.
It's huge. It's absolutely in the way. I don't know that it will result.
Just makes a good hit.
Yeah.
Like I said, that was a quick little kick because I think he realizes the abilities of his opponent. Because he feels like he's able to get away with it. But if he brings this game 3 rounds, couple rounds,
3-1, like I said, Chris can give up a big lead. Wouldn't that be something? I mean, seriously, wouldn't that be something? That's why people play in these tournaments that aren't favored to cash.
Right.
They're playing to win a match. A lot of times, they're playing to win a match.
Well, he has natural angle on the 6 if he can cut this in the side.
Yeah, just make the ball. And quite honestly, he's supposed to win the last game.
Yeah, I don't know if he either has to hit this very lightly or a little hard, and he's hit it like right in the middle.
Ho! That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad. He can play one inside or play two rails on to the.
I don't even mind. I don't even mind high English here, just coming straight down and straight up. But you just got to focus on the 7. You can't worry about the 9 because you're going to get your shape. Oh man, good try, Kevin.
I mean that really. We're talking about so close to being 2-2.
Right. Yes.
2-2.
And if Chris were to go on and win this match, at least Kevin can say I gave it to him.
Right.
I hung a few balls up. He got lucky. I gave it to him.
He got a chance to play. It wasn't
for
like
sure.
it wasn't. Tom pretty much didn't get a chance to play. He had one rack where we think he would have ran out, but really,
And there's no better way to like critique your own game is to go back and watch yourself play and think, what should I have done here? It's hard to do when you're not on a stream.
I thought you said, do you need anything?
No, she said she's leaving.
Oh, you're leaving. Oh, bye.
I don't know why I keep putting this back in.
But anyways,
Randy, are you watching this match?
I was.
Kevin should be tied 2-2
I know. He had 7 ball up.
and the 9 ball. Yep.
I thought he hit that 7 ball good too. I was surprised it hung up.
Kevin has another break, and Chris is not going to like the opening shot. He's going to be playing defense right out the gate, I believe.
Chris isn't playing his normal game either right now.
Well, a lot of that's because he doesn't have to.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
But Chris is one that usually plays the right shot regardless of who he's playing. He usually plays the table. Man, I would have been like, hey, we need to have this looked at.
That didn't pay off for him, that's for sure.
He can't see the whole ball, I don't believe. And he combos the 7 in.
He says, I'm just messing around.
See, that's one of his few faults that I have, like me personally with Chris. So, all right, with that comment he just made, I'm just messing around, like only because he realizes that he's like, the dominant player of the two. I've seen him in the past play against lesser players and then just start like, almost looks like he's goofing off. Like that looked like a goof off shot, in my opinion.
It did.
Where you got
that did too.
You got to use these early rounds to get into stroke and get everything going. Not be like, okay, well, I'm for sure gonna beat this guy. I'm just gonna, I'm getting back to the table regardless. So I'm just gonna slam at this ball.
Yep.
That's a terrible way to look at it.
He just sold out that rack to
half the players in here.
At least half.
Yes. But I'm just saying, if I'm drawing somebody I know 100% I can beat, I'm still using that time to get focused, not just be like taking it for granted.
I hope he plays our horse next. I don't think he does, but in fact we know that he doesn't. But
and as the lesser opponent, it's a little demoralizing hearing that and seeing that. It's almost a little bit, kind of disrespectful a little bit.
Because
you're out there trying your hardest, and it's tough for you because you're playing a great player, and then for the guy you're playing to announce, hey, I'm just goofing off, I don't know.
It's absolutely.
I might be looking too deep into it, but I just know Kevin's a nice guy, and he won't think much of it. But there are players that will get a little hot-headed over something like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
in fact,
Chris, enjoy your first round match.
In fact, if you did that with someone who is a little hot-headed and a little bit stronger, they might bear down just to prove a point that this isn't over. Look, like right there. Oh.
Well,
that's
Kevin's time to shine right here. But what do? Bank this cross-side? Or he's cutting in the corner?
He'll cut it in the corner, yeah.
Just one-stroked it.
And scratch?
Nah, it's not going to scratch. But he's playing a little reckless, just like I said, because of his opponent.
Well, and like I said, we won't see Fedor or Skyler do that at all.
Right.
They'll be locked in, and they won't allow the cue to get close to those pockets unnecessarily. In fact, I only hope we get a chance to watch them play.
Right. Well, I like watching Chris play when he is locked in and he is playing 100% serious and he's, going full at it.
Chris has an admirable game. He really does. He plays the right shot most of the time. He has good fundamentals.
With alternate break, he has a chance against these top guys. But if he's not going to use this free match to, get everything squared, I think it's silly.
How many of these mistakes did Tom Lance get to make? That's what you have,
Right.
because that's where he's trying to get to.
That wasn't a bad push out. But I don't think Chris would have shot the 2-9 combo with where the 2's at. But I can't fault Kevin for getting it out of the pocket.
No, he wants to make sure that the guy's got to earn
the rack.
earn the rack. It's a good play. Let's change angles here for the crowd at home. Jakota Lester says Chris is from Sailor Springs, Illinois.
Now, is he residing there? That's where he lives now? Or it's where he was, grew up? Look at this.
Look at that.
Nice. Don't scratch off the 8.
I know when Chris first moved to town that he was played over in the Ohio area. I forget, Akron maybe?
Right.
So I don't know if that's where he's from, but his parent, he came back here for his mom or some family related thing. So he might be from here, left and then came back.
Chris Bakerville wants to know who plays next on the TV table. It's not set in stone. It really just, it's on the fly. So we don't know right this second. Usually we'll know in under 3 minutes when the match ends of who's coming up next.
The first round, that's generally the case. In future rounds, they'll kind of premeditate that a little bit more, but they gotta get through the bracket the first round, get some people into the one loss side, start thinning the field to just kind of make some progress in the brackets. So it's kind of a free for all. And quite honestly,
nice kick by Kevin.
Look at
by
that,
the way.
another one. They try to get people on the stream that don't get a lot of publicity so they can see themselves if they want to go back and watch it. It's not always about the marquee matchup. Sometimes in early rounds for sure.
Even though the score doesn't really reflect it, man, Kevin can still put himself a little highlight reel of some shots that he's made.
He can.
Yeah.
He's made some really good shots.
He's made some pretty good shots this match.
Held that one ball on that kick that looked like he was in jail.
Right. Yeah.
Put Chris in jail when he's playing a Karen was a really good shot. Look at that. Two over and back. Chris Strader says Chris Austin is too cocky.
I'm not sure if this 5 passes a 6. We'll find out. Oh, he plays
the safe. That's a good shot. Pretty high percentage.
Another thing I mentioned.
Kevin has burned him on those.
Right, yeah.
He really has.
I don't think, maybe one, but I really can't remember of any kicks that Kevin didn't get there. I don't know if he can get there going this way, though.
This one's tough.
I think he's got to go 1 or 2 rails up table. I don't think he can use his side rails first. One thing that Chris is known for, he's known for doing this with Mickey. Like, Mickey will knock him out of a tournament, and then he'll offer to gamble with him, and usually Mickey just laughs it off and whatever. If Chris happens to play one of these, big guns, I wonder what his reaction will be like. I hope I'm in the room.
His game hasn't been what it was in the last year or two.
I'm not sure. Kevin's trying to spin it over, but
he's trying to hold it off rail. That's awful steep. Yeah.
Came pretty close. Closer than I thought, to be honest, but I don't think there's any way that it could have.
I think if he was going to play side rail, he was going to have to play short into the side pocket with a lot of right.
And it looks like just 4 stop shots.
Yeah, pretty high percentage run out from here. Stop, stop, stop. One thing I like about Kevin, no concession.
Well, there's no concession, and also Kevin's a pretty good sport. So, and Tom Lance also, like, even though like things aren't going right and you're on this streamed table, like you won't see any like, you know, like
Poor sportsmanship.
yeah.
kind of stuff.
If we had a camera angle on Kevin, I guarantee he has a big smile on his face. Like he's a competitor. Inside, he's probably a little irritated because he knows he should have made some shots, but he won't be visually upset. You won't see him like throwing stuff around or getting real mad. But I will say this: depending on who wins this rack, if it's Chris, we'll have 14 winning racks in
14 to 0 on the TV table. Yeah.
I
you saying we
guarantee.
need to-
I guarantee it will not happen on the third. I don't care who they draw. The loser will have at least one rack.
Oh, that's a strong.
I know.
That's a strong commitment, not knowing who it could be.
Yeah, I just have faith in the talent at this tournament. And the 5-ball might be in the way a little. I think you can see a piece of the one, which is all he'll need to see to make it.
Yeah, that's all I need to see. Let me.
Makes the one. Gets a little fortunate coming off the point.
Let's see. How does this one look? He's got the 2. He's gonna have to play the combo here. It looks like should hold. Oh,
He's fine.
yeah. He got a little further than he would have liked to out of that pocket, I believe. Cutting that ball thin.
Well, it looks like he's going to try to have the
Coming back
3
between
pass the 8. I'm not sure that passes.
Here, let's change angles. We got the.
Well, he's not. He's getting down on it pretty quick.
Yeah,
Pass.
it was. It sure didn't look like that from the angles that we were seeing. Patrick, I'm ready for another water. Yeah, just the water is good for me. We'll order lobster on your guys' tab later.
Chris gets a little funny here, but like I said, he's kind of just in free stroke mode.
This is missable. It looks like he might have started to settle in a little bit instead of being so loose.
Kevin finally concedes a 9-ball.
He concedes the match. Thank you, sir. Any idea who might be up next?
And
I'll go ahead and hit the stop recording button.